Hello everybody, welcome back to Slay the Spire. Last time, that was embarrassing. We're gonna go ahead and try that again. We should have had that down, but the Hexaghost is a jerk level boss. And this time we have the Slime boss. He's a little bit less jerky. Obtain a random rare card, 100 gold, a random relic for 99 gold? That's actually a bargain? Charon's Ashes. Okay, let's not focus on that too much. But whenever we exhaust a card, we get to deal a bunch of damage to people. It's not terrible, but we do need to build around it, which is a little bit risky. How about we go the long way around, get a lot of money, and then start removing cards at the end? That makes sense. We can be picky about our card choices at this point. But I think what we need to learn from last game is that, yeah, you need to get more cards and more attack cards early, because you didn't have enough of them. You actually couldn't do enough damage to the Hexaghost to kill him in time. You had a lot of defense. It could have worked if you had gone super defend heavy, but that's not how it went down. So yeah, that was rough. We went a little bit too defensive. This time, we'll see what happens. We strike, and then we Omni Slash him in the face. He dies. We took 0 damage over the course of that fight, really. And then we get to add a card to our hand. Headbutt is the best out of these three, since it allows you to self-select, and it is good damage. The lice, jeez, I don't know what to call them. They're still jerks. So, I think in this case, you take your 6 by defending for 5 against these. Oh, you take your 7. But you go for a... I don't really want to headbutt anything here. But we'll strike. We'll headbutt. And then we'll defend against whatever's left. So we're going to take our 7 this turn. It's not a big deal, really. 7 is going to heal up a lot by the end of it. But we do need to be careful. We get the strike off. I think that goes without saying. We could avoid a lot of this damage just by defending. So I think we'll do that, because next turn we will probably kill him. Total of 9 damage taken this round. Yeah, 9 damage. If we kill him this turn, we'll have taken a grand total of 2. No, a grand total of 3. Don't be stupid. Your math is bad, but is it that bad? Is it that bad, truly? I think Combust is actually a reasonably good power. It's a solid ability. Allows you to deal damage for very little in return. It's a power, so it's persistent. The downside being, I mean, you lose HP, but there are some really good cards that pop up thanks to Combust, and I think Combust is actually good on its own, so we'll grab it for now. This guy is about to hit us for 11. How about you diddly don't? That'd be best. Okay, so he deals 1 instead. And that's fine by me. He's about to protect himself. Okay, so this is the turn where we bash and then headbutt, grabbing bash again? He's about to protect himself, I think, so a bash might be worth it, since bash might be able to break through all of his shields. Bellow. Mrr. Strength and armor. Oh, that's a problem. So he's about to hit us for 10. That's bad. I think we apply the bash. We get the kill anyway. Look at that. I didn't miss lethal. I didn't miss lethal. I did it, and we didn't lose any HP as a result on the best. And our gamble paid off. Whenever you lose HP from a card, gain 1 strength. Rupture is another great power. We've got our 2-hit combo right there. Do we want to go for something other than cards? Nah, let's keep going for cards. I don't mind getting an extra thick extra T space H space I space C space C deck to start off with. What I do mind, however, is getting hit for freaking 12 on the first turn. So we're going to go ahead, block most of that. Now, we do need to be careful about being a little bit too power strong, if that makes any sense. Do I want to use Combust? I don't think that this combat's going to go on long enough to warrant it. So let's continue just doing our basic defend, strike, beginner level nonsense for now. And then see what happens from there. But, yeah, as I... This could be a turn for it, since the two of them are together. And we're weak this turn, which would make these 2 attacks. You know what? Let's go. I don't mind losing another strength on this one. It's okay. See, the thing is, having a thick deck can be a problem. Absolutely. It adds variance to your run. And that's just straight up bad. I think we kill him this turn, so that way we avoid taking a lot of done damage. But, avoiding variance isn't the only thing to do. Like, I think it is equally as important to make sure that you have cards in your deck now than it is to just remove them and say, oh, well, that's all I need. In this case, we are kind of screwed. We're going to go ahead and combust, though. Defend and then slash a guy. We are going to take, I mean, 7 damage. It feels bad, but what else can you do? And then we took 1 damage on our end. We took 8 damage this turn. Feels bad, man. Ooh, or does it, though? We could just use Reaper and then defend, and then they'll take another... Ooh, it's tempting. I kind of want to just kill one, though. So let's Reaper. Yep, that works, because yeah, it works! It works really well, actually. How about we Headbutt? That puts him within lethal, and then we draw a strike, I guess. And then we end our turn. We kill one of them. We're now vulnerable, so he deals 9. I didn't see that coming. Ow. Should have counted on that. So he's dead this turn, but I would like to do it before I take damage, so die a little faster, please. We're not going to use Fire Breathing particularly well, and I don't think that Sword Boomerang is a good enough card. You know what? Warcry is good enough. It's free at base level, and it exhausts itself. Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with that. All right, time to camp. Are we good at HP? Yeah, we're fine on HP. What does Rupture do? It makes it free. That's amazing. What does Combust do? It makes it 5 damage to all enemies. That's pretty good. What does Reaper do? It does stuff. And Warcry? Draw 2 cards. It's handy. I think in this particular case, it might be best if we used it on Rupture, because then Rupture is just free, which is great, which is awesome. Did I mention it's pretty sweet? Now, which direction do we want to go? I think that we want to hit up the Elite, but at the same time, 2 Elites is a tall order, my man. That is a scary tall order on the first floor. It could pay off, though. That might be a gamble worth trying. Let's see what happens here. So, upgrade 2 random cards, lose 16 HP. Let's give it a shot. You know what? Upgrading the Reaper here is fine. And the Strike Plus means that we at least have 1 strike that we want to hold on to for a little bit longer. I think we hold off on the Elite. Head here. Smith another card. And this time we smith the Combust. Dealing 1 extra damage is not a huge amount, but it does stack up a lot faster. Like, if you end up hitting multiple people, it does deal like 3 extra damage sometimes, or 5 extra damage if you're lucky. I think that the Warcry is a little bit better here, though. So we're going to go ahead, upgrade Warcry, and continue onwards. I think that smithing aggressively might be a good move for us. Chest gives us a Molten Egg. Fantastic. I think it's worth going for cards, then. It's really worth going for cards. Curl Up this early, huh? And are you going to strike us for 11 on our first turn? Why, yes, he is. He's a good boy. I don't know where that came from. Let's go ahead and slash him. He's now taking... Oh, I mean, he's almost dead. Is this where we use our block potion? Is it truly? Like, before an Elite? I don't think so. I don't think so. Because, like, if we draw Reaper, we're going to use it. And then, as a result, we're not going to take very much damage at all. We'll heal up most of it, honestly. Alright, so there's Warcry, there's Reaper, and there's Combust. I suggest that we Warcry to start. Let's put... I don't know. Defend back on top. It doesn't really matter either way. That was dumb. Reaper to get some HP back at the very least. Deals a little extra damage. Then we'll Headbutt and we'll grab, like, our Super Strike back. What are we getting next turn? Strike, Strike, Rupture. Okay, that's cool. Now, mind you, that's actually pretty close to lethal, but it's not quite there yet. Strike, Strike, Rupture, Defend. And then, yep, so he's going to hit us for 5. I'm not happy with how that went down. I forgot that Sharon's Ashes goes off. And that, you know, we wouldn't be able to do the thing I wanted to do. But at least he's still dead. That's the important bit. And we're not at a totally garbage amount of HP. Skills cost 0 whenever you play a skill. Exhaust it. It's interesting. We don't have many skills except for the defense. And if we run out of defense, that's a bad day. Do we want to bring along Shockwave? Like, I think Shockwave is worth its weight. It's a really good card. And it's a good card not because it doesn't... I mean, it doesn't deal damage. That's bad. But it hits everything else for weak and vulnerable, which is sweet. And for 2, that's not awful. Like, it can remove a lot of damage. It might still be better to go for Warcry, though. Yeah, let's go for Shockwave. We don't have any 2-cost cards in our deck yet, and 2-cost cards are good on the Ironclad, as a general rule. Alright, so if we Combust and Rupture, we're not going to wake him up, so I suggest that we just sit tight. Yeah, let's sit tight on this turn. So he's still sleeping. We've got an extra strength, which is huge already. Now, is this the turn? Not yet. Ooh, put the defend back on top. This is now the turn. I suggest that we bash him. So he's up and running, and he's a little bit angry. Do we Reaper him? We cannot. So I suggest that we smash him with a headbutt and grab the bash again? Yeah, let's do that. End turn. Corruption hits him. Nice, we have an additional strength. So in this particular case, thanks to our combo we have right now, it is actually a pretty sweet idea to, you know, not worry about him too much. In terms of, like, length of time of fight, dexterity will be an issue, but strength certainly will not be. In that light, how about we defend? We defend, we only take 3, and then we start dealing him 12 damage this turn for, like, next to nothing. Oh, wait, it's actually 16 because of Combustion. We now have 3 extra strength. It's like, you know, demon form, but we lose, like, a little bit of HP and deal some extra damage instead. Yeah, it seems pretty good. We could Reaper, which heals us as well as dealing damage. And then deals damage as well because of... Yeah, that works really well. Let's Headbutt, which does nothing in this particular case. And then, do we want to drink a potion this turn? That might be a really rude way to do things. I kind of like the idea. But do we want to save up for another elite? There's actually no chance of another elite. And our boss is Slime Boss, so I'm not too worried about us not being able to deal the damage we need to. Let's end turn like this. So we only take 1 as a result of him, 1 as a result of us. We now have 4 strength, but that does mean that we've dealt ourselves 4 damage this round. Not ideal. Let's hit him for 30. Yeah, no, never mind. We're fine. No, this guy's toast. Next turn, he's dead. We might have dealt ourselves 5 damage, but I think that it's well worth it. What we need to do is figure out a way to get HP pretty regularly. And I think that it really just has to do with using Reaper at the exact right time. And having a second Reaper would allow us to do that often. Yeah, let's go for that. Because I'm the Reaper, reaping around. I like to reap so much. Ooh, tempting. I think that we put the defend back down. Boom. Rupture's good. Now, who do I need to kill? I think we need to kill the sneaky boy the most. Ooh, or we need to kill off one of those boys. I think that we need to kill off one of those boys. So, murder him, get the bash back, drink this potion now, and then this guy won't deal us the weak that we so not desire. Thank you. I mean, how often are you going to be able to use that potion anyway? It's nice that we used it, and there's a chance that we should have used it elsewhere, but whatever. Alright, so we Reaper. I think that goes without saying because it gives us 15 flipping HP. It's nice. Then we kill a sneaky boy and then only take 4 damage. Yep, only take 4. Nice. So we're gaining HP off of this, which is nice. But now this guy is big. We need to kill him this turn if we can. We have enough attacks to do it. And we have good enough attacks to do it, I think. So hold on. If this strike is only dealing 6, uh-oh, that's a problem. So if I hit him, that puts him down to a small amount. Shit. This is bad. Okay, Shockwave. We'll knock that down 25%. So that's 7 damage blocked. And it will kill him. Yeah, that's already worth it. Now, he's only dealing 18. Only. I suggest that we defend. So this is bad. We take 13 here, which is not ideal. The good news is that we should be able to draw Reaper again before he has a chance to attack. There it is. At least get another 7 HP back, and then kill him this turn, and then gain 6 at the end of the thing. So you know what? Not a huge loss of HP there at the end of it all. True Grit. Exhausting random cards is not my bag, baby. Do we have a chance to upgrade safely before we get to the end of all this? Not necessarily. And really, am I in that business right now? Am I in that business right now? I mean, we're getting there. Our deck is super thick. Thunderclap into Reaper is actually a solid little program here. How many attacks do I have in my deck now? We actually have a fair number. Like, we're getting to a point where the attacks might be too many. Yeah, I think we need to be picky here. I think we might need to be picky, but Thunderclap is good enough to bring along. Because if we Thunderclap into Reaperino, that's a solid AoE damage heal combo of nonsense. So we're going to go ahead and Rupture. We're going to go ahead and Combust. And then this turn, he's trying to hit us for 13 like some sort of dickweed. I kind of hate it. Let's block some of it and then smack him. Get some extra HP and some extra damage dealt to him. I mean, some extra strength. Lose some HP in the process, but that's probably okay. Alright, so we have extra strength this turn. Feels good. I think that means that we Reaper this turn, just so that we get 6 HP for now. And then we block. And then he only deals us 3 as a result. That's fine. So, ooh, but that vulnerable's bad. Can we kill him this turn? No! Not yet, but there is a chance. Okay, I would like you to put Shockwave down for next turn, please. I suggest that we start by Thunderclapping. And then, yeah, we got lethal. We're good. We're fine. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Regen Potion. Very handy. Thank you very much. Blood for Blooded will be literally free. It fits our deck super well right now, thanks to the fact that we're dealing ourselves damage. All right. It is time. We have some money. Not a lot, but some. Shrug It Off would be a good thing to bring along. Ooh, Demon Form's pretty funny. I think that we need to remove a card. Like, that just needs to happen. So let's remove a basic strike. Now, we still have enough for Shrug It Off, which is an amazing card. Like, bar anything else you're thinking. It's pretty sweet. I think that Dual Wield in our deck is actually also hilarious. It could allow us to get more Reapers. It could allow us to get triple Ruptures, which is bananas with Combust. Yeah, that might be really gross. Let's do that. I think we grab those two together. I think that dual wielding of power right now is tantamount to insanity. Now, let's see. Do we want 1 copy or 2 copies? Let's get into some tricky questions. Shrug It Off Plus is really good. It's just really good. Shockwave. Oh my god. You use it once, they will not ever be unweak or unvulnerable again. I think that makes Shockwave give enough bang for its buck that it's worth doing. Like, that's actually stellar. And it'll be super stellar against this jackass. Now, we don't want to use Reaper against him yet, or anything along those lines. So let's bash for now, and then do a Strike Plus. Just bring him down. We don't want to use Reaper. We don't want to use Shockwave until he starts splitting. As soon as he starts splitting, we'll give ourselves the good times. Right. We are down some cards here. Yeah, let's go for the Strike Plus, and then, I mean, I guess we'll just defend twice. Do I want to use a Regen Potion right now? The answer is no. I don't think it matters that much yet. Preparing. Slime Crush is bad. Can we do 30 damage this turn? The answer is probably not. Can we defend against that much damage? Probably not. Okay, so let's start off with a Warcry and see if it's possible. Let's put the Blood for Blood back on top of its deck, back on top of the deck for now. Okay. I mean, we defend for what we can. We Thunderclap, and then we strike him. It's still not quite enough. Could we have dealt enough with another strike? The answer is no. So we're going to take this damage, and we're going to like it, and now we drink this potion. Like, this fight might not last another 5 turns, but that 3 extra HP might be enough to stop me from, you know, dying at 24. I also would like to use Combust at some point in my life. This is not yet the time to use Reaper. I suggest that we dual wield blood for blood in this case. Yeah. That's fantastic idea. And then we use it once and then twice, so that way his slimes coming out only have 47 HP. That's actually really good. And blood for blood is going to be free soon, so you know what? Don't even worry about it. Now we can start thinking about using stuff like Shockwave and Combust and all that other good junk. Speaking of which, neither of them are attacking this turn. Let's Combust. I don't think we Shockwave yet then. Let's blood for blood. And then strike to just send him right off the deep end. Yeah, he's straight up interrupted. Oh, and his slimes are only going to have 4 HP each. Well, 16 HP each. I'm not worried about this. I mean, I am worried, but I'm not as worried. I am actually okay with everything happening right now. Okay, do we Reaperino? Do we do this right now? I think we Thunderclap into Reaper here. Thunderclap. And then Reaper. Boom! That was big. That was super big. And at the end of it, boom, Combust, kill off both of these jokers. And now we only take 11. That's huge. That was a really good turn. Yeah, our deck is pretty much tailor-made for kicking this guy in the teeth. He is attacking this turn. It would be a good idea to shrug it off and then see what we can get in terms of abilities this turn. You know what? It's worth the bash. It's worth the bash. He's going to split. It's not a big deal. We could have just struck him twice, and that would have been more damage, I think, but regardless, they're both at 13. We have 0 mana blood for blood, which means that one of them dies, and then we have a 12 and then a 9, which means the other one dies, and, quote, that was easy, close quotes. Alright, what do we want here? Bludgeon's a little too expensive for us right now. Impervious is actually clutch. Not only is it an exhaust card, it's one of those 2-cost cards that you really can't have, you know, a run without. Okay, now we have an interesting conundrum here. Our deck is full of cards. It's a thick deck already. A bunch of them cost 2. Do we go Snecko Eye? Or do we go for Velvet Choker? We don't get to play more than 6 cards per turn. That's not going to happen anyway. I think that in this particular case, we like the way our deck is going right now, just because even if the cards are free, we already have so many free cards, and Blood for Blood is only going to cost 0 at a certain point. We could Snecko Eye into some really cool stuff, though. Like, it would be fun. It's a really good ability. What to play? I think that the guaranteed extra energy is a little too overpowered not to. We'll do Snecko Eye, like, we'll do Snecko Eye decks another time. Alright, so we have a Collector on this one. That's fine. I don't mind going for Collector on this one. And as far as routes go, the route on the far right has a lot of combat, but allows us to dodge an elite until it's, like, practically as safe as it can be. But if we take this middle route, we get to hit up a lot of question marks. And that, on the second floor in particular, is really sweet. So, I think we go this way. And it's a good start. I like this guy. I mean, I don't like this guy. He's an asshole. But I do like this guy because he's the easiest of all the assholes. We're going to Warcry. Okay. Do I want to do what it's telling me to do? The answer is no. I think that we put Dual Wield up on the top there. We Shockwave, because that's going to last for the rest of his life. We want to Combust, sort of. Sort of. Yeah, it's a good enough turn to Combust. Let's Combust, and then we don't have any cards in our discard, so we headbutt him anyway, because it just does a bunch of extra damage. Okay, so we've dealt ourselves 1 damage this turn. Not a big deal. Suffer. No, not Hex. Whatever you do, not Hex. So he's about to hit us for 7. Feels bad. It might not be a bad idea to just dual wield a Reaper, so that way we can get an extra Reaper. Oh yeah, there's that. That exists. That's a problem. Let's Reaper, since we have a free one, just kind of lying around. And I don't want to take the full 7 damage, so let's just do that. So we got it. We got, like, a free Reaper in. It dealt some damage. That was neat, I guess. Oh, what are you doing now, buddy? Oh, you're attacking me. That feels bad. Please be struck, and then struck, and then struck again. This is going to be a hurtful turn, if I'm being completely honest, but we got extra strength. We dealt him some extra damage thanks to the dazes, and 11 damage as painful as it is only a Reaper away from being gone. So, do I want to shrug it off at this point? I mean, like, yeah? That was sick. Okay, so Warcry. I literally think that Warcry is just a good card for us. So let's go for it. It's 3 free damage, and we get to draw a card for that turn. So, sign me up. Navigating a street. Remove all strikes. Obtain 5 bites. How about you bite me and leave me... don't bite me and then leave me alone immediately afterwards. Okay, let's read this book. We're going to lose some HP here. So, the books here that you read, they take HP, but they do give you some pretty sweet stuff. I missed the first 2 because I realized you guys hadn't read this. I have. My bad. So the Cursed Tome kind of gives you some backstory to the game. At this point, we're on like the 3rd bit, so the middle of the book. Seeking vengeance, Niao, the whale thing at the beginning, blesses outsiders, using them for his own purposes. Those resurrected by Niao remember only fragments of their past selves, cursed to fight for eternity. As you near the final page, your old wounds begin to reopen. And it turns into a garbage book. I mean, it's not a garbage book, but it is a book that makes me feel a little salty. What happens now is at the end of every one of our turns, we get to add a card to our deck. Now, this also means that we can skip adding a card to our deck, which is great. But it is worth mentioning right now that it is not super useful. Let's use Warcry right now. Ooh, okay. Interesting. I think that we put a dual wield back on top of our deck. I think that it is worth using a Shockwave now. And let's headbutt and then strike to do as much damage as we can. And turn, do we want to add any one of these? Yeah, actually, Warcry is good enough, since not only does it exhaust itself, which keeps our deck as thin as possible, but it's also just a good card. Alright, so he's going to hit us for 10 and then give us a bad thing. I wonder what the bad thing is. Shrug it off, please. Oh, come now. Truly? Dual wield the blood for blood, because it's not going to matter in the long run. Like, we're not going to play it right now, and, like, it makes me sad that we're not really going to get the chance to play it, but whatever. Hemokinesis might be a good enough card to add to the deck just so we can get the kill on him fast. Yeah, let's go for it. Let's add it to the deck. Let's see what happens. Alright, so he hits us for 0, but now we do not get block, really. Okay. Impervious is good. Hemokinesis is still good. I don't want to play Combust. The fight's just not going to last long enough for it to be worth it. Now, do I want any of these? Nope, skip. Not that they're bad cards, but I don't think we need them. Ding, ding. Alright, now this turn I want to kill him if I can. We have that option. I think we Warcry to start. And what do I want to put on the top of my deck? Probably the other Warcry, to be honest. Then we might as well Rupture because it's free. Now what do I want to do? I think we Bash. I think we Thunderclap because we can. And then I think we Strike because it's worth 9 damage. And then we're going to just take 10 damage like a fool, which feels bad. I'm being completely honest with you. It feels real bad, man. Especially because he's at 5. If we had played Combust, he would be dead. I am so dumb. Just play Combust. Just play Combust. It's really the smart move. Reaperino? No Reaperino. No big deal, though, because Blood for Blood will kill him. So, we're looking a little hurt, but it could be worse. Iron Wave, not good enough. Fire Breathing, definitely not good enough. Anger, not good enough. We don't have the right deck for it. And now Snecko. So let's see what would have happened if we had picked up Snecko Eye. Rupture is good here. I think that we want to use one of our Reapers this round if we can. But I don't want to lose all of them. Or do I? Let's dual wield a Headbutt, actually. And then Reaper. And then just Headbutt because it's extra damage. Do I want any of these? Shockwave, Rampage, or Barricade? Not really. We already have a perfectly good Shockwave in our deck if we need it. So, here's the weird part. Now all of our mana costs are, energy costs are random! Random! Oh! We could just Impervious for the shit of it. And you know what? I think I will. But, let's dual wield the Reaper. Because, you know, that's kind of funny at 1. We can gain 10 HP this turn. I think that's actually legitimately worth it. So we're going to do that. and then strike him. Now what do I want? In the deck, Havoc might be okay, considering how fast this is going to go, but it's not free, so... Hemokinesis, let's go. Tail Whip. Oh no, I'm now vulnerable. That's actually really bad. 22 damage, huh? You're a 22 damage bow. Bonanza, more like. Ugh. Okay, so I think we Hemokinesis to start to give us some extra strength. And then we blood for free. And now we have some choices. Considering that I want to face an elite later on, I don't want to lose all my HP. So let's shrug it off. See if we draw anything helpful. We did not really, but I also don't want to take a full 22. Wild Strike might be good enough to add. Just in this case, because it's going to end the fight fast enough. So we still took 9. Feels bad. Alright, Warcry for free. Feels good. Shockwave is fantastic. We'll put Thunderclap back on top. Warcry back on top. Like I said before, Combust is always good. So, just Combust. Shockwave is stupidly important right now. We also have no ability to block. And this feels bad. Really bad. Like, Snekawai has kind of screwed us. Really badly. I guess I'll put an Exhume in there in case if I want to get Reaperino, but another 16. Yeah, I'm glad we didn't pick up Snekawai. I am legitimately happy we did not. Okay, so Exhume. Let's get back a 1-cost Reaper. Use it. Gain 10 HP back. And then bash him for the death. Okay, so we're not at a guaranteed terrible amount of HP, but that could have gone a lot better. We don't want any of those. None of them really fit our things super well. I mean, Corruption sort of did, but I'd rather see it later. Let's try out this elite. Oh my lord, it's the perfect elite. Please give me Thunderclap as well. No? Okay. Warcry. What do we get? Nothing good. Please put Blood for Blood next, because I'm about to take a lot of stupid damage. I suggest that we dual wield the Reaper, so that way we have another one for later. We use one of them here so we gain 15 HP, and then do we want to defend or do we want to attack? This is one of those rounds where we definitely want to do the attacking. Do I want to add any of these? No. None of them really work immediately well. So we're going to take a shit ton of damage. I'm glad that we rested when we did. Ow. Blood for Blood at least will be free. Always look on the bright side of life. Reaper! Thank you very much for the 15 HP. Sincerely appreciated. Kill him immediately. Boom. And now we're taking a lot less damage. Look at that. Offering. Fantastic. Whenever a card is exhausted, draw one card. Nah, we'll go for the Offering. Offering is legitimately a fantastic card. And if I could just put it in my deck all the time, man, I'd offer quite a bit for that one. Ah! Okay, so, yeah, always Combust. Like, that's the lesson we've learned so far. Then Warcry, because it's free. I suggest that we put Bash back on top of the deck for now, because we're likely to just Shockwave. Or Offering. Nice timing. So we're going to Shockwave. It's free. We're going to Impervious, so that we just don't take damage. And, right, we've played our 6 cards for this turn. So, feels bad. Ghostly Armor, gain 10 block. Seems reasonable, but we don't need it right now. I don't think that this is going to last long enough. We have a good situation on our hands. They're weak for the rest of their lives, and wounded for the rest of their lives. We just need to survive long enough to... Well, we just need to kill them fast enough that we don't take much more damage. Bash will deal 10 to this jerk, which will put him in kill range. So let's do it. Now, we can stop all the damage we're about to take and then strike this guy for whatever's left. I don't need any of those. We're not going to take any damage. And you're dead this turn. Honestly, not bad, me. Not bad. And Blood for Blood has turned out to be a fantastic card. Ancient Tea Set and Explosive Potion. Not awful. We're going to have a couple of opportunities to upgrade in a hot minute. So you know what? True Grit, I think, is not a bad play. It's just not a very solid play either. Compare that to the upgraded Inflame. Like, Inflame. Just, you have 3 strength. Sweet Jesus. But we already have something that gives us a bunch of strength whenever we want, really, so I'm not too worried about that. It might be a good idea to make our deck a bit thinner over time. Let's go ahead and grab that. Now, do we have a lot of money? We've got some. Does that allow us to buy any relics? No, so don't even look at them. Just don't even look at them. Transmutation. Could be a really cool card. It could be a really cool card. We've already got a problem here. In that we want to upgrade a different card first. Purity actually could be a fun card. And we can get a card. You know what? Let's do that. Card removal. Remove a basic strike, I think, in this case. Yeah, basic strike. Purity here could be really good just in general. Just to thin out the deck on my own terms when I like. And then we leave. Plus, it just does a bunch of extra burst damage, so that's nice. Ornamental Fan. Whenever we play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 4 block for free. My god. Smith. Please. Exhaust the card in your hand and you gain 9 block for it now, so that's actually legitimately good. And then these 3 jokers show up. I'm not worried about that, honestly. That's okay. Let's Warcry. Let's put a... Blood for Blood back on top of the deck, I think. I also think we should use... Let's see. Let's use Purity. Get rid of these 2. Confirm. I suggest that we headbutt. And then we just end our turn. We literally have nothing else we can do. Let's add Corruption to our deck. It makes sense now because... I mean, we not only have enough energy to do it, but, like, you know what? Losing a couple of skills here and there that are going to be exhausted anyway, not so bad. Okay, always combust. We've learned our lesson, I hope. I suggest that we defend once and then Reaperino for 15. Then combust goes off. Before combust goes off, I suggest that we put another Blood for Blood in the deck for free. So they're going to hurt badly. We might be able to draw another Reaper, which would be a huge way of keeping our life total up and at 'em. Not what happened. Ooh, hold on. Dual wield, Rupture. Let's go. So, Rupture, Rupture, Shockwave, Explosive Strike. I think we strike this guy, and then we use the Explosive Potion here. And the reason why we use the Explosive Potion here is because this guy's going to end up dying for that. I don't want any of those, thanks. Maybe Brutality would have been great at the beginning of the fight, but no dice. So 2 of them died. We're only going to take 6 damage as a result. Huge! Really good, actually. Do we have another Reaper that pops up? The answer is yes, actually. Hilariously. And it does get the kill. And we do get 7 HP, so that's nice. This is working out very, very well. Pummel could be a really good card. Especially with enough strength gaining. It could be massive. So let's give it a shot. It's also automatically upgraded thanks to Molten Egg, so that's hot. Gotta remember that for attacks. Smith. This time what we want to smith. What happens if we smith this? We can choose and exhaust up to 5 cards in our hand. Wow, that could be really good. But dual wield here I think is too good not to. Dual wield plus has the potential to put in, like, 1,000,000 Blood for Bloods. Alright, if we get through this fight easily, then we have a good time on our hands coming up. And I mean that sincerely. Warcry. I think we put Blood for Blood back on top. We have 6 energy, huh? We Shockwave. We Combust. We Reaperino. We Purity. He's not gonna, like, the bird's not gonna deal damage for years now. So I think we go after a big guy here. And then I think we use Purity to get rid of the defend. Which does do some extra damage, which is nice. And then we end our turn. We don't really want any of these necessarily. I think we skip this time. As much as I like Uppercut, Uppercut's a great card, we don't need it. So he's gonna hex us. Feels bad. And then this guy's gonna hit us for 5 times! Mom! He tried to hurt me! Okay, so we Thunderclap. Do we Thunderclap? We Thunderclap. We Blood for Blood. And then we True Grit, exhausting one of these. Oh no, the bad man died. We pick up Whirlwind, for sure. Because if we draw the Whirlwind, he dies as well. Yeah, that's fantastic. And do we take damage? No. How much you eat a gigantic pile of dong-dongs, you dong-dong? We're actually about to be at full HP, so can we kill him? Yeah, easily, I might add. We should have used Reaper anyway, just to be at actually full HP, but it's probably fine. Searing Blow. Havoc's better for us. Since, I mean, it does exhaust the card, which could be better on later on, but it's just a good card in our case. Like, the exhaust synergy has finally started to really pay off. And for anything that I would want to guaranteed play, I mean, with 1 or 2 exceptions, it's not a bad thing to have happen. You know what? Let's go for Havoc. That's okay. Now, do I go for an Elite before this boss? Yes, absolutely. Let's go. Oh, it's Stab Book. Stab Book McStab Stabs. I think that for Stab Book McStab Stabs, first turn, what do we do? I think we Impervious. I think we Combust, because as we said before, you always Combust. And I think we might as well Pummel now while we've got the chance to have the Pummel actually make it, you know, worth the damn. Do I want any of these? As I've said before, always Combust, but not more than one. Like, we would rather hit the other card. Rupture, in order to really make things worth it here. Oh, here's a good one. We Warcry. What do I want to put on top of my deck? Let's put a Defend. I want to play Havoc. It plays the Defend for free and exhausts it. Let's shrug it off. There's our Rupture. We are already taking almost no damage, but let's just go ahead and exhaust that instead. And now we take 0 damage, and let's grab Uppercut. This is a good time for Uppercut, really. Now, here's the problem. Stab Book is going to have a very good time with us in a second if we don't manage to actually do something about him. Oof, and this is one of those turns. Warcry. I think we put Reaper back on top for now. We're not going to play it this turn. Do I want to Uppercut him? The answer is yes. He's now only dealing 15. And then do I want to Blood for Blood him? Yes. Do I want to Headbutt him immediately afterwards? Yes. Do I want to put Blood for Blood back on top? Yes. And now we are not taking as much damage. Okay, that's cool. I guess we'll go for a Blood for Blood. In this particular case, it doesn't really matter. Alright, so we have 2 extra strength. He's about to stab us for, oh, I don't know, 11. Feels bad. But we only have to deal 66 damage to him. How hard could that possibly be? Oh, wait. You're not weak anymore. Please be weak again. Thank you. Alright, so we bash. We Blood for Blood. We Reaper. Purity is going to allow us to just delete that strike from the game, and we can almost kill him. It feels so close. I don't think we need any of these right now. He's at 3, so he dies next turn. We managed to do an okay job there. And I think we can handle the Collector at 61 damage. It depends on what we draw, though. Yeah, he's dead. Blood for free. Eat a large dong after all. Eat a large dong after all. Okay, so, Reckless Charge. Gain 1 vulnerable, deal 9 damage. Not thrilling. Rampage plus already is not bad. Body Slam would be free, but we don't have any, like, real additional card draw outside of Warcries. I'm not sure how I feel about any of these right now. But I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, hey, Rampage plus Headbutt is actually a really solid combination, since it means that Rampage can go off quite a lot. Let's go for it. It's already upgraded anyway. And we get to Smith again, because we're at really good HP. So, what do I want to do? I think that we should upgrade Havoc to be free. All those in favor say aye. Aye! Perfect! Then let's do it. It's now free. So here's the problem with it being free. We might actually start making this Velvet Choker go off more often than it already is. Warcry. We're not using Blood for Blood this turn. I'm going to tell you that right now. But it might be better than using Pommel, so. Or Reaper. Yeah, let's save Reaper for next turn. Or a different turn, anyway. We Rampage. That's a guarantee. We Blood for Blood. I think that's a good idea. I think that we Strike. Do I want to use Pommel right now? The answer is probably not. We Strike. Good first turn. Do I want any of these? Thunderclap, sort of. But none of them are like, hey, I need this right now. So we skip. What's this? Exhausted cards. It actually has a pile for exhausted cards. That's pretty cool. That's new. I didn't recognize that this entire run, and I have never known. Okay, Reaper right now would heal me for 10. It's not necessary yet. Let's Havoc and see what happens. Ooh, very nice. We're about to take some damage. I suggest that we go all out and make sure that we're at full HP as early as possible. Cleave might not be a bad card in this particular fight, so we'll grab it. So we're going to take it, but we've got the HP to take it. I'm not worried about that, and we can definitely get back at this. Combust, like I said before, always combust. Then Thunderclap, shrug it off because you can. And is it worth it? Not this time. Does he give us wounds and stuff? I don't think so. So you know what? True Grit. Get rid of the Purity. End the turn. Bludgeon might be funny, actually. It does do more damage than any other attack we have. So, and since we have 4 energy now instead of just 3, it doesn't pigeonhole us too badly. Alright, Reaperino, please. I can't help but notice. Let's put Impervious back on top. So he's about to make us really sad. Let's drink the potion so we aren't the saddest man on the planet Earth. Make a bunch of extra cleaves. Yeah, they're now all on our deck, by the way. So, you know, have fun with that one. Cleave, cleave, headbutt. And with the headbutt, I'd like to get back Blood for Blood. Do I want any of these? Whirlwind could be really good. Maybe, just a thought. You're mine. Oh no! A whole whirl of terrible catastrophes. Specifically, I'm frail and vulnerable now, so that does actually feel bad. However, you can eat a large dong, please. So, we're going to go ahead and only take 5 damage, which feels good. I don't want to use Reaper right now. I'm being honest. Reaper right now does not seem like it's as big a play as it could be later on down the line. I don't want any of those. So he hits us for 5. Oh, big whoop. Nice. Awesome. Whoop-de-frippin'-doo, Basil. Alright, so this turn, we get some free stuff. Havoc. Free Strike is fine. I don't think Shrug It Off is worth it this turn. Let's Bludgeon him. And then Headbutt him. Grabbing Bludgeon. Do I want any of these? No. See, what I'm thinking is, if he summons only one dude, we bludgeon it and it dies. Just straight up. Oh, he didn't summon. He's doing that this turn instead. Oh my. We actually have some strength ups right now, so Pummel's doing a fantastic amount of damage. I think we might be able to kill him this turn. Or at the very least get very close. So there's 30. There's 30. And it exhausts. And there's 30. Yeah, he's dead. That was easy. I see this deck's potential. Fiend Fire. Ooh, tempting. Do we have enough Reapers in the deck yet? Like, do we, though? We only have 2 Reaper pluses. We're absolutely getting a third. At the end of your turn, you no longer discard your hand. Draw 1 less card each turn. Feels bad. For every 5 cards you deck, heal 2 HP whenever you enter a rest site. Potentially very cool. You no longer see enemy intents, but you gain extra energy. We don't need extra energy anymore. Velvet Choker has gone off once or twice. Actually, considering that we draw 2 extra cards at the beginning of combat, so we'll draw 6 cards at the beginning of combat. We use maybe 2 or 3 cards. Yeah, I think that this fills up our hand and allows us to kind of pick and choose which cards we want to use. Runic Pyramid might actually be golden, so let's give it a shot. I'm not sold on it, but it might be amazing. Oh, I just realized how hungry I am. Okay, what do we want to do against the Awakened one? Well, we definitely don't want to take the left path. Do you want to face the Nemesis? No? Are you sure? Are you really sure? Are you positive? The Nemesis, by the way, is probably the shittiest goddamn character, like, thing in the game. I hate it so much. Is there a way that we can hit up a shop and have a good time? The answer is yes. We won't have enough gold to really make it worth it, but we'll get something out of it. Oh, these guys don't even know. These guys don't, excuse me, even know. Alright, so, let's start off with a Warcry. I think in this case, we won't get the chance to really use Blood for Blood. So we'll put it back on top of our deck. I think we Thunderclap. Havoc. We don't necessarily need to use Reaper, but we might as well this turn, because it's just going to do enough damage. And then we Combust for our last card on the turn. Alright, nice. Do I want any of those cards here? No. No, not really. Alright, so this guy's dead next turn, no matter what. We want to focus on these 2 if we can. Because he got Blood for Blooded, it seems. They have a lot of, a lot of armor. A lot of HP. You know what? How about we Impervious this turn? We dual wield Headbutt and get back Thunderclap Havoc. Thunderclap or Havoc? Yeah, either one of those works particularly well. Yeah, let's Impervious to avoid the damage we're about to take. Dual wield, I don't know, Pummel for now. We can deal 10 damage to somebody, which is literally 0. So let's Headbutt somebody instead, specifically this jerk, and get back maybe another Thunderclap, actually. Like, Thunderclap would actually be great. We skip these. None of these are good. I mean, it's not that they're bad, they're just not good enough. I get the feeling that I get a lot of my verbiage from one particular YouTuber. Guess who? And the problem with that is that particular YouTuber does like to say that things are just straight up bad sometimes. I would disagree. Not all things are bad. So he's dead. We can deal you 15. We can deal you 15. If we Warcry, you're actually both within lethal. So we'll put a Defend back on top of our deck. Then Pummel. And then Pummel. And then you're dead. Yeah, that was easy. Okay, good stuff. We actually managed it. That was a solid, solid play. Do I want to add any of these to my deck? No. I mean, even the added Shockwave Plus is great, but we only need 1. So skip for now. Hit up the shop, and let's see what we can manage to buy off of Clowny McWeirdface. So, draw 3 cards and then exhaust. Seems stellar. Pick a power card at the start of each combat. This card will be in your hand. That's actually potentially really good. The first time you lose HP each combat, draw 3 cards. Potentially okay. And then a not so okay. As much as Master of Strategy is potentially stellar for getting our deck up and running, and with Runic Pyramid, that is an effect that lasts. I really think that Bottle Tornado is stellar. Yeah, I think it is. Heavy Blade might get to like stupid levels, but yeah, I think we get Bottle Tornado, and I think that we use it on Combust. I think that Combust is legitimately that good, or at least for us. So, do I want to hit up this question mark, or do I want to hit up the monster? Let's hit up the question mark, since we don't get the chance to really fight those very often. And fighting the monsters involves cards and a whole bunch of other junk that we don't necessarily need as much anymore. We're gonna fight the monster here, and it's these two jokers. Okay, I'm glad that I picked Combust now. So, here's why. We Combust. Let's shrug it off and see what happens. Okay. Reaper's not the card we want to play right now. I think that we strike. And I think that we strike again. And then he's going to die before he has the chance to attack us, which avoids us getting a burn. Do we want any of these? You know what? Screw it. Add another Combust to my deck. It's going to make fighting these guys a little bit easier. Alright, so another 19 HP Jerkweed there. That's fine by me. Let's use Warcry and see what we can pick up. I think that putting... Ooh, we're going to want to use Impervious this round. I think that putting Defend on top makes the most sense. We're going to Impervious. We're going to Rampage, which almost puts him at lethal, so we're going to go ahead and Headbutt and grab another Rampage for next turn, and then end the turn. Do I want any of these? Brutality is legitimately just super good, so... Hit me for 22, and by 22 I mean 0. Oh, a burn. Woe is me. It's not like I have a million ways to completely nullify it. We save Shockwave for later, I think. Let's Rampage. The chances of us using Havoc on something that we want to use anyway is fine here. Bash. Yeah, that's okay. It's not ideal, but it's okay. We'll use one of our Reapers now just to get, I don't know, some HP. Doesn't really matter. And then we'll not use a Defend because we don't need to. Offering's fantastic. Absolutely amazing. It's literally a deck thinner. We pick up if we manage to get that Offering off, then we're fine. Rupture. It's a fantastic card. Blood for Blood will kill him, so he's now dead. He died. There's nothing else you need to say about that. We now have 4 energy to be able to stop this guy from hurting us. Or hurting us as much, anyway. I suggest that we use all 4 of it. 2, 3, 4 on these defends that we don't need to really use. In this particular case, we don't need any of these. Skip. Man, as soon as I'm done with this, I am gonna eat so hard. We've been at this run for a little while now. Okay, so in this particular case, it is worth using Warcry. It is worth putting Purity back on top of the deck. It is worth using Offering just to get some more energy. We're at 3 out on this Velvet Choker, so let's be safe here. Let's Thunderclap. Reaper. We only have 2 more left. Combust. We don't need to Reaper again. Why don't we dual wield the Reaper so that way we've got like 1,000,000 copies of it in our hand in case if we need him. Do we need any of these? And maybe add another Impervious just in case if he decides to attack us for 22? I don't know. Just a thought. Oh good, it's another one of those guys. Oh wait, I don't care because I literally deal 8 damage at the end of my turn anyway. So we pummel him, right? So he's dead. That didn't hurt him. That didn't hurt us. You know what? Don't worry about what I was trying to say. I wasn't trying to say much. Strike him. Might as well Reaper for like nothing at this point. And then can we kill him? Yes, actually. And hilariously, I might add. 1, 2, 3, and then the Purify burns itself, which does 12 damage. That's a fun little card to actually hold on to just in case. Metallicize. Not good enough. Get out of here. Do I want to go to the right? No. Do I want to go to the left? Only barely. And do I want to go in the middle? Definitely not. So at least this way we have a choice of where we want to go and have maybe something a bit more interesting than a fight. Oh boy, we can actually lose things here. I think that we want to lose just a basic war cry. It feels bad, but Headbutt's been a really good card for us. I have not been upset with it yet. So yeah, we lose a war cry. It feels bad, but it's effectively the same old, same old. Let's go here. We'll smith a card. Let's smith a combust, I think, in this case. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I keep saying it's such a good card, and now it's a bottled good card, so what's you? Oh, goody! It's these two jerks. I hate them. But we have a good hand to start this off. Rupture. You know what? One blood for blood is going to be worth playing any one of these. Let's go. And let's go hard on this jerk, as hard as possible. Impervious, the damage that we're about to take, because we might as well. Do we want to add any of those? No. So, we're in a good spot. We're okay. We're gaining strength every turn, just like them. And we have access to Reaper, despite the fact that they don't. We also have the ability to exhaust cards that we might not necessarily want in our deck. I have a weird turn idea, but it's not going to make us feel very good by the end of all this. Let's do it anyway. I'm going to go ahead and do Thunderclap. Let's use Havoc. It was Rampage that we exhausted. That feels a little bad, but not that bad. Thunderclap once. Thunderclap twice. Then Thunderclap 3 times. We have at least a little bit of block. We don't need any of these, so that's fine. Alright, they're getting close to dying, but it would be nice if we could kill one next turn. We are taking a bit too much damage for me to be happy. Some Reapers would be great here. No Reapers. 0 Reapers. None. Nada. Niente. Good day, sir. You still die. Now, how much damage do I want to take from you? You're not weak anymore. I think it might be a good idea to make it so, as it were. And only take 5 damage from you instead. Flame Barrier might be okay, but it's not going to be okay for very long. Like, we'd have to draw it next turn for it to be any good. He's getting too strong too fast. Alright, so he is effectively 29. Can we deal him that much damage this turn? Not necessarily, but maybe. War Cry. Yes, yes we can. Let's put that on top. Let's see. How do we do this? Pummel is currently dealing 30 damage. It's more than 30 damage. As a result, he dies. Alright, that was a little scary and we didn't get Reaper, which makes me sad. Fire Breathing. Potentially useful. Now, anyway. But it's not, it's mostly still a dead draw, because despite it being sometimes quite useful, it's still only 1 damage for every, you know, thing that you manage to attack. It's not that good of a card. It is more AoE though. You know what? Let's give it a shot. At least one. At least one. It could be fun. All right, these guys is where it's on these 3 where we want the Reaper. Oh, it's so good. We combust. We Thunderclap. We Reaperino. That was beautiful. And then we shrug it off just that way we don't take any damage. We are golden gods. Double tap might be fun. Our deck is thick with a capital THICC. You know, Aku is pleased. This is exactly like that episode in season 4 of Samurai Jack called, you know, Mano Imano, I think it is. I actually don't remember. Fire Breathing. Oh, I should have dual wielded it. That was dumb. That's okay. I suggest that we dual wield Reaperino. Lots of Reapers in the deck now. Let's use one of them. And then slap one of these guys. That way they take a little bit more damage. Grab a Thunderclap and put it back on top. And then, if this card is exhausted, gain energy. You know what? That could potentially be helpful in our deck. Let's go for it. But yeah, it's like that one episode where at the very beginning, Aku calls for what's seemingly for a pizza, and then, you know, he wants an extra thick crust, but it's misinterpreted as on the internet as an extra thick something else, and I have to admit that maybe makes me a little sad. Reaper again, because apparently we can't get enough Reaper. We're about to combust and kill this guy, guaranteed. So I think we kill... Out of the bunch, I think we can kill both. Yeah, they're all dead. Doesn't matter. He dies to combustion. Oh my god, we are so well off. Ooh, Havoc again? Oof, we already have enough Havocs. One Havoc is enough for any deck, otherwise you start exhausting too many cards. And what happens if you Havoc into Havoc? Then you got some real issues. I think that it might be... Like, we already got the scary one out of the events that I was worried about, so let's go this way. And then hit up all those question marks. Anchor! Sweet, we start off with 10 block. How awesome. Let's go to the fire. Smith. Let's go ahead and Smith... Shrug it off, because it's amazing. Go to the left. Oh, good. It's a fight for a relic. Actually, you know what? This might be a fight that we could do some good work on. And I'm open. I'm open to the idea. It's not a fantastic fight for anybody to have to deal with, but it's good enough. Let's go ahead and grab a Combust. We'll hold on to Reaper for a turn here, I think. Let's Havoc. I mean, it was worth it, I guess. Let's go after this guy as hard as possible. He is now dead. We have armor. Next up, we go after one very rude boy here. Blood for Blood will be cheaper next turn. And then grab a Hemokinesis, because Hemokinesis is actually good in our deck. Alright, so he hits us. And then Thorn Boy hits us. And then it's our turn, and Blood for Blood now costs 1. That's pretty strong. Blood for Blood. Get slapped. Reaperino for some HP plus some damage to me. Do I want to take all the damage in the world? No. So we True Grit, we exhaust the strike, and then we call it a good time. Do we have any card draw here? The answer is no. So what do? Adding another Combust is not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. Because it means that if this keeps up, we will be able to kill this guy without having to actually hit him, which would be awesome. Okay, here's a cool one. We Rupture. We Combust. We Thunderclap. Which hurts, oh no! We then Reaper. Which hurts, oh no! We Purity. Then we Explosive Potion. And then we win. Sweet Jesus. Not so bad. Frozen Eye here is actually a fantastic card for us. I'm quite pleased with it. I don't want any of those. We might be noticing that we are actually going through our deck quite quickly. Do I want to Smith again? I'm not sure, but... like, why not, I guess. This time, let's Smith... I don't know. The Bash would give us a 3 vulnerable turn, 3 turns of vulnerable, which is great. Headbutt becomes a super strong card. And then Impervious effectively is just astounding. I suggest that we do that, actually. Then let's go this way. Ollie Smooth Stone. 1 extra dexterity is to be lauded. Do I want to go for a fight, which does nothing, or for a question mark, which might do some cool stuff? It's just a fight. But you know what? It's a fight that I think we can deal with a lot better than we could have maybe in the past. So, Combust, for sure. We had 7 energy. Holy balls. Shrug it off for this turn, just so that way we can get this. That's nice. I suggest we go after this guy pretty hard. That hard, though? I don't think so. I think we end our turn with this. Yeah, we don't need any of that. Thank you very much, but we're good, thanks. So he dies next turn, regardless of it just doesn't matter. This is the guy we have to go after next. Thorn Boy doesn't actually do all that much to us, and we can just kind of kill him by accident. Fire Breathing. Actually, no, wait. Warcry first. Then put Reaper on top of the deck, I guess. Fire Breathing. Strike. Headbutt. Grab, shrug it off, and put it on top of the deck. Reaperino does heal us, hurt a bunch of them, and give us some extra block, I think, for the turn. Which we could use. But the defend gives us more block. So, you know what? I think I go for the defend here. Let the combustion do the killing here that we needed to. Yeah, feed is a good attack in this case. It effectively does 13 damage to one, like 13 damage to one target and 3 damage to the other target. And if we manage to get a feed off on it, it's a permanent bonus for a temporary card. Yeah, sounds good. All right. Shrug it off. Okay, that did not work exactly according to plan. Strike. Defend. Defend. End turn. Pommel Strike might be okay here, because it allows us to at least draw a card, which, considering that we're drawing one less card per turn, I'm beginning to feel card starved. It's weird that I'm feeling this card starved, but I mean, there you have it. We're not having many problems playing cards right now. We Rampage. That makes sense. We Havoc for free. Right. Because it was Purity. We Blood for Blood, which kills him. And then let's just Reaper for fun. And then he dies at the end of the turn. Fantastic. Doesn't matter what card that is. Just get out of my face. So we get a card. Maybe it's a good one. Burning Pact is okay. It's effectively 1 mana, deal 3 damage, and draw 3 cards. And considering what we need in our deck, that's stupendous. Smithing here does a number of good things for us. I think that Smithing the Bash does the best job for us, as it allows us to apply 3 vulnerable, and it makes a mediocre attack a little bit better. Now, these jokers are gonna die. By accident. It's just gonna happen. Okay, hold on. Before we combust, Warcry first. We did get a Shockwave. Nice timing. I think we put Headbutt on top of our deck. We Rupture. We Purity, getting rid of these 2. Combust. And then Shockwave. Now, with that said, poison you, please. Now, do I want any of these? Battle Trance could be okay. I think that Exhume is definitely our best bet, since it allows us to pick from a litany of exhausted cards to reapply if we like. We just took 10 damage. That really hurt. Holy crap. The good news is he's still weakened for like another million turns. The bad news is that doesn't seem to matter to him. We Blood for Blood. We Headbutt. We Reaper. And then we end our turn gaining... We aren't going to get very many statuses. I think that we go ahead and grab nothing at all, hilariously. Alright, so this guy's dead next turn. We're going to just bite that in the face real hard. That 4 extra strength is terrifying. What are we gonna Havoc? Exhume, perfect. Let's go ahead and grab... Ooh. Reaper. Then, what are we about to draw? Defend and Bash. Let's Blood for Blood. Defend. Defend. We're good now for defense. Let's Strike. And then we're done. Yeah, definitely another Blood for Blood. That's totally fair and fine. It's also free. Like, it's practically an upgrade for Blood for Blood as a result of that. Okay. Still hitting for 18. What a dude. Fire Breathing. Definitely a good move. I think we Bash. I think we Burning Pact. Blood for Blood is free. Should have dual wielded it. But I'm looking at Pummel. The longer Pummel goes on, let's go ahead and get Pummel, like, triplicated into our hand really hard. We can't really play it yet, but, you know, it's still pretty cool. I don't really want any of that. Thanks, but no thanks. So he's about to hit us for another bunch. We could start using Reapers now and be relatively pleased with it. Holy crap. Definitely impervious. Reaper. We're getting there. Combust. Yeah, Combust is still good. It gives us a bunch of strength. Whew. Yeah, we're taking damage. This guy is not a joke right now. We're getting to the point where I want to still hold on to these pummels for the second phase, mostly. I think that we can start with a Thunderclap. Hold on, think carefully. We want to defend. I think we want a True Grit, getting rid of the Strike. I think it's worth using the Rampage. And let's use one of these pummels. And the turn. Toss a Warcry in there because it's free, effectively. We're getting there, but he started off strong, and it's not gonna stop either. I'm a little worried. Okay, Combustion, for sure. Warcry. Put the defend back on top. Havoc the defend back. Might as well Thunderclap for free. And then, yeah, Reaper Reno. Get the 16 extra heal on that one. Not bad. Bloodletting. Lose HP, gain an energy. That's not actually all that bad. Put it in the deck, please. But it's only going to work on certain turns. Alright, so we can kill him next turn. But I want to save both pummels if I can. Oh, and I can. Oh, dual wield. Get that blood for blood. All up in there, please, and thank you. You know what? That's 75 damage. It's not as good as all that damage, but it's still pretty good. I think we use one blood for blood. After we bash? Let's bash first. One blood for blood. And then I get, like, we hold. End turn. Whirlwind, maybe, but... Nah, don't worry about it. Okay, so we have 3 blood for bloods next turn. He is about to hit us real hard, by the way. We could die. We might die. Definitely bloodletting. I know that I just hurt myself, but hold on. We blood for blood. We blood for blood. We blood for blood. Okay, we only have 2 more cards we can play this turn. We shrug it off. And then we True Grit, Exhausting, Defend. We now have more than enough to survive this turn. Dropkick is not necessarily a free card. So he's going to deal us 18. That's real bad. Okay. Now another 26. Okay. Can we kill him? Okay, if we bloodletting, that's going to do something. If we Burning Pact, we draw 3 cards. What would the 3 cards be? True Grit. Oh my lord. That could work. That could work. Okay, so we're going to Burning Pact. We're going to exhaust the strike to do it. We are going to use True Grit onto Thunderclap? No. We need to use it on Headbutt here, I think. Alright. We can play 4 more cards this turn. Here's one of them. I think that we hold off on the Havoc. Let's Reaper for HP. Now, which one of these is more damage? The Pummel is. But the Pummel is also worth more damage next turn. Know what? Nah, it's worth enough damage this turn. It's worth more than enough damage this turn. Is it though? Is it though? Is it though? Okay, hold on. You're gonna draw a dual wield into 3 blood for bloods, which is gonna allow you to blood for blood a bunch. Yeah, definitely use the pummel now. And yeah, end turn. So we are gonna live this turn, and I think that means that we win this one. Because he's about to hit us with sludge, which is bad. I think that means that we get 1 less energy, but that doesn't stop us. We dual wield. We thunderclap. We pummel. Oh, never mind. He's dead anyway. Oh, but just in case, we had like 5 free blood for bloods. We were good. Oh, to thump. We killed it. That was very, very lucky of us. But that was nice. The score wasn't so good, but that was a very solid win, and we made that work. Got a decent number of kills, killed kind of elites everywhere. We got Ascension number 1. No extra bonuses, no like speedster or whatever. All things considered, not a bad run, but we can definitely do better next time. Still, that was fine. That was a good time. Just so that you guys could see what we ended up having in that one, here is your stats screen. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Hope you folks enjoyed yourselves. If you did, be sure to let me know. Hit the like button down below, and if you want to see some more, subscribe for some more videos. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys the next time. We'll play as the Silent next time, I promise.